Anyways, this feels like the most me hair colour I've ever had in my life. I'm not gonna lie. This feels very me. So, I'm loving it. I should take my makeup off. I am really enjoying my makeup though. I feel good. I feel good. But I should start taking my makeup off because I do have driving in the morning. And I got to take care of Magnus, and I want to settle down to bed. Also, I'm loving this whole vibe. Also, I should probably take my makeup off because I want to wear makeup tomorrow, so give my skin a chance to breathe. But also, I'm loving it, and I'm loving this whole vibe, and I'm loving my hair. Like I was saying, the blonde was a cute moment. The blonde was great. I enjoyed the blonde, but this is way more me. This is like very me. I feel very me. And I think another reason why I feel this way is because, like I said earlier, teenage me, this is what I wanted to be. This was like the aesthetic I wanted. And I finally achieved that. I've achieved what I wanted to be. And in a way it almost feels like going back to my roots. Because like, I didn't look like this as a teenager, but I had like that goal in my head of what I wanted to be and who I wanted to be when I was like 13, and this was like the kind of picture in my head of what I would want to be. And I've got to that point, and it kind of feels like going back to what, hold on, I got hair in my mouth. It kind of feels like going back to what like younger me would have wanted for myself, which is, Magnus is listening to me talk, which is really cute. Hi, Bubby. It's like going back to what younger me wanted, which kind of feels very like full circle, kind of, in a way. In a way, I don't know if that makes any sense. Maybe not full circle, because that's when you get back to where you were, but I don't know, it just feels like a very me thing. You know, like turquoise is my favourite colour. I've wanted this hair colour since I was like 12. And now I've got it. I've got the dark makeup on, which I've always kind of been a bit of a like dark makeup, emo-y kind of. Like I'll do like fun, bright makeup looks, of course I will. But this is like always been, the emo-y alternative like gothic style has always been the one I've been like very drawn to. And the one I've wanted to be and thought is so cool, and like have thought in others how cool they looked. And so, I don't know how to explain it, but like, today doing this hair colour has felt like the most me decision for my appearance I've made in a while. You know, I mean obviously every time I get a tattoo that's like something that's very me, and my piercings make me feel like me. But this hair colour feels very me. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Like, I was thinking about my wardrobe today, like I was looking at my clothes on the tire, and I feel like I'm not really dressing, like recently, I'm not really dressing how, like, I mean I go through different clothes, but I don't know, I want to go more into that gothy alternative emo kind of vibe more often, because it feels the most me, but I don't do it the most because obviously like it takes more like number one, circumstance and effort to do, but yeah, I'm waffling now, but basically what I'm trying to say is I feel very like myself, and I like the way I look right now, and yeah. And then taking off my makeup, it's like this whole thing has been a whole vibe. I don't need makeup, I know I don't need makeup, but I like this makeup. Another thing actually that's been kind of playing in my head a lot lately is two people in the span of a week-ish have said I look very young for my age. And this isn't like an uncommon comment. I've had this before. I'll say my age and people will go, shut up, no way. Thought you were way younger. But I've had that my whole life, to be honest. I've always looked younger than I am to people. But the one that really stuck in my head was recently at work. someone said I look 14, and I'm 23 years old, okay? Let me just say, I'm 23 years old, so being called 14 is not a compliment. It made me feel really, like, icky. Like, because obviously a 14-year-old isn't, like, the desirable look that I want to look, you know? I don't want to look 14, that's fucking grim. That's a literal child. I am a grown adult. I'm in my early 20s. I don't want to look like someone who's 2 years into being a teenager. Ugh. And it just really, like, in a way grossed me out about myself, because I was like, that is a literal child. A literal child. I am an adult. Ugh. And it grossed me out about my appearance, because, like, I was kind of trying to get into the headspace of, like, for a while now, like, I have not really allowed myself to, like, use filters, for example, on my face, and trying to learn to love myself and find ways to appreciate the way I look and to, like, connect with myself almost. And then to hear that I look 14 made me feel sick to my stomach, because I'm like, that is so far away from the way I want to look, you know? Like, it's not a compliment to me to be called young. Why would I want to look like a fucking child? Why would I want to look like a teenager? I am not one. And it really grosses me out. Like, I get when, like, say I was older and, like, say I'm, like, I don't know, 30 and someone thinks I'm, like, I don't know, 20, maybe? But even then, I'm like, maybe I'm just a weird one, but I've always wanted to just look my age, and I don't think it's an insult to look your age. Like, when I'm 30, if I look 30, hell yeah, you know? Like, that's just your age. Like, there's this whole, like, society thing about, like, looking your age is bad, but I would rather someone identify me as my age than younger. I mean, yeah, if someone came up to me and was like, you look like you're 90 years old, I'd be a bit like, what the fuck, I'm 23. But saying someone looks older, I think, is, like, it can be flattering, though. I don't know. I think it depends on the context and the feelings, but what I'm trying to say is, like, looking younger than I am just makes me feel grim. Like, someone saying I look 14 just really made me feel really gross about myself, because I am an adult. You know? I am a literal adult. I don't want to look like a child. At all. So, yeah, it just made me feel really gross, and I didn't like that, and it really messed with my head. And then the other person said I looked, what was it? Younger for my age. I can't remember the exact age they used. But it was not 14, thank fuck. I've had someone say I look 17 in the last year. I had someone say I look 18, which isn't as bad, like, being called 18. Yeah, I'm not 18 at all. But it's not as bad as being called 14. 14 really icked me out. I did not like that one fucking bit. I like it when people can guess my age correctly, but that doesn't happen, like, at all, really. So, it sucks. I want people to look at me and be like, that's a 23-year-old, or at least someone in their 20s. In their 20s! Please! Please, guys! Oh, I mean, people have said to me, like, oh, you'll appreciate it when you're older because you'll look younger. But I've never had that mindset of being like, oh, I don't want to look my age when I'm older. I would be like, cool, yes, I am, awesome. And I know maybe some people will think, oh yeah, you won't think that when you're older. But I don't think it's an insult to look your age. And it's not like, it's like the insinuating that your age is ugly almost, in a way, or unattractive or something. Like, oh, why would you want to look your age? Why would you want to look way younger than you are? Especially in my case, I do not want to look like a teenager or a child, thank you very much. I want to look my age. Like, grim, you know? It made me feel so weird about myself. And so icky. But, how did I get onto this whole tangent? Oh yeah, what I'm trying to say is that, like, I want to feel better about myself and feel connected to myself, and those comments made me feel icky about myself. So doing this today, like getting a hair colour that I love and like looking the way that I would have wanted to look and getting to that goal is incredible. You know, I'm the older version of myself that I wanted to look like growing up. Like, this was what I wanted to look like when I got older, growing up. Like, I had this whole plan in my head of how I wanted to be and the aesthetics I wanted. And this was it. Which is incredible, you know? And anyways, I want to feel more connected to myself and feel better about myself and not bring myself down so much and feel good about myself, which can be really hard to do. But what I'm trying to say is this hair colour is the most me thing for a while, I think, and it's really helped recently, especially feel more connected to me, especially after those comments. Like, I just felt really fucking horrible about myself. So, yeah. Hope that all made sense. Yeah. Where the hell's Magnus? Oh, he's there. Why is he sleeping there? Bubby boy, there are so many places to sleep. Why there? You've got a bed right next to you. Anyways, I should actually start taking my makeup off and settling down to bed. I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to become a Madals, join our quest for Madness. I'm Madalada Munden. I never say that. Madalada Munden, I never say that. I said that quite fast. Follow my cat on Instagram at Magnus Munden. Thank you. And until next time, goodbye. Have a lovely day. Bye, guys.